Jelly Bean Story Page, The Cheesy Tale of King Brie and King Roma, a Fondue Friendship. Once upon a time in the whimsical land of Fromagia, there were two neighboring kingdoms ruled by two eccentric kings, King Brie, who had a passion for cheese of all kinds, and King Roma, who adored tomatoes in every shape and form. King Brie's kingdom was known far and wide for its lush dairy farms, where cows grazed on the finest grasses to produce the creamiest milk for cheese making. From sharp cheddars to gooey camemberts, King Brie reveled in the variety and richness of his cheesy kingdom. On the other side of the rolling hills lay King Roma's realm, where vine-ripened tomatoes flourished under the warm sun. From plump beefsteaks to delicate cherry tomatoes, King Roma's subjects were expert cultivators of the juicy red fruit, and the kingdom thrived on the bounty of their tomato harvests. Despite their differing tastes, King Brie and King Roma were the best of friends, often sharing stories and feasting together on the sumptuous spread of cheese and tomatoes. Their friendship was the envy of the neighboring kingdoms, where other rulers couldn't fathom the bond between a cheese-loving king and a tomato-loving king. One day, a grand festival was announced in Fromagia to celebrate the unity between the two kingdoms. King Brie and King Roma decided to host a banquet showcasing the finest cheeses and tomatoes from their lands, inviting guests from far and wide to partake in the festivities. As the banquet commenced, guests marveled at the array of cheese platters and tomato salads laid out before them. King Brie and King Roma stood side by side, raising their goblets in a toast of friendship and culinary delight. But just as the feast reached its climax, disaster struck. A mischievous mouse, drawn by the irresistible scent of cheese, scampered into the banquet hall and caused chaos as it nibbled on the prized cheeses. The guests gasped in horror as cheese wheels toppled and platters were overturned, threatening to ruin the grand celebration. But King Brie and King Roma remained calm, springing into action with a plan to save the feast. With King Brie's expertise in cheese and King Roma's knowledge of tomatoes, they devised a clever solution, a magnificent cheese and tomato fondue. Guests watched in amazement as the kings worked together, melting cheese and simmering tomatoes into a glorious concoction that filled the hall with a tantalizing aroma. As the fondue bubbled and guests dipped crusty bread and crisp vegetables into the gooey mixture, laughter and merriment filled the air. The festival had been saved, thanks to the ingenious collaboration of King Brie and King Roma. From that day forward, the kingdoms of Fromagia and Tomatoia enjoyed even closer ties, their friendship strengthened by the shared memory of the great cheese and tomato fondue feast. And as for King Brie and King Roma, they continued to reign over their kingdoms, ruling with kindness, camaraderie, and a deep appreciation for the magic of cheese and tomatoes.